Hello everyone and welcome to my channel today. This session is part of my All About Aromatherapy knowledge sessions and focuses on the top notes of essential oils. As part of my relearning experience, which I'm sharing with you, I am revisiting the knowledge side of aromatherapy. And in this instance, I'm looking again at the origins, the benefits, and indeed the uses of these essential oils. Using the top, middle, and base note categorization method is a way of helping you to structure a blend more easily whilst you're learning. After you are more familiar with the oils, and I'm slowly getting there, you can be much more creative and innovative in how you use them. But initially, this is a really good way of helping you structure the construction of aromatherapy blends. Essential oils that are top notes are the most volatile in molecular movement, and therefore their scent lasts the least amount of time due to that volatility. Often these top notes are derived from flowers, leaves, and flowering herbs. Their qualities are often uplifting and stimulating, so they're great for things like lethargy and fatigue and indeed depression. Please be aware if you're thinking about using this for things like depression, this is a complementary therapy, so it needs to be used alongside medical intervention where required. When used with other notes, such as the middle and base notes, to form a blend, the top note is the one that you will smell first. And top notes have the ability to bring a lightness to a situation or an atmosphere that you want to create. In this video, I will be looking at the following top notes. So we've got bergamot, eucalyptus, grapefruit, lemon, lemongrass, and neroli. The first of the top notes that I want to talk to you about is bergamot. Bergamot is a wonderfully uplifting oil with a sweet, fruity, slightly citrusy aroma. And it's got natural uplifting and cleansing and mood enhancing properties. It's expressed from the peel of the bergamot fruit, and physically it's good for respiratory problems. It's also good for skin care, and then mentally it's helpful in regards to negativity and anxiety. A note of caution with this particular essential oil is that it has certain chemical constituents which can increase your skin's photosensitivity. So if obviously you're going out into the sunlight, avoid direct contact with this oil. There is an alternative version available without those chemical constituents in it that is safe to use on the skin. Due to its uplifting nature, it can be very good to use this in a room diffuser, and the oil can then permeate into the atmosphere, creating an uplifting environment. The next oil that I want to cover is Eucalyptus. And in particular, this one is Eucalyptus globulus. And the smell might remind you of sort of cough and cold remedies. It is one of the most popular essential oils in aromatherapy, and it's best known for its wonderful cleansing aroma, which helps to clear and refresh the senses. And it's especially helpful during the winter to tackle things like head colds and stuffy noses. It also has an uplifting and refreshing aroma that can help to clear the mind and really can aid concentration as well. It is naturally antibacterial, and the Aborigines referred to the eucalyptus plant as kino and bind the leaves to serious wounds to help the healing process. Other varieties include Eucalyptus citroidora, which has an added lemony aroma, which you can guess from the scent. And the other one is Eucalyptus radiata, which has a slightly sweeter aroma. Now, you do have to be a little bit careful with eucalyptus. You need to keep it out of the reach of small hands in particular, as it can be toxic if taken internally. So be careful with that. Also, this one, Eucalyptus globulus, can be an irritant to the skin. So using the alternative Eucalyptus radiata is a useful alternative in that respect. So let's think about some of the uses of this. And one of, I've already mentioned its really good properties in regards to colds. So one of the things you could do is make yourself a home remedy massage blend to put on to the chest, and I would suggest literally just a couple of spoonfuls of sweet almond oil. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. So 2 teaspoons of sweet almond oil, and then I would do 2 drops of eucalyptus. Actually 3 in there. So I'll reduce this one slightly, just 1 of lavender and 1 of Roman chamomile. Chamomile is coming out very fast. So if you find you add in too many drops, then just add a little bit more carrot oil. But that is actually very nice, and you can imagine rubbing that in to really help if you've got a chesty cough in particular, or a head cold, and that can really help. So if you're wondering why I've got these porcelain and glass containers, it really is to contain the oil, which can actually get everywhere. So this really contains it well. The next oil I want to talk to you about is the top note grapefruit. And grapefruit has a wonderful uplifting and refreshing citrus aroma, and packed with powerful therapeutic properties. It's a very good cleanser with a good clarifying ability, especially good for oily skin. It's cold pressed from the peel of the grapefruit, and this one in particular is sourced from South Africa. It's a very popular home fragrance, so you can use it in an oil diffuser or an oil burner. It's also known to be helpful with cellulite. So, one of the blends that you can do is use coconut oil, which is also a good choice here. I'm not going to put loads in, but my recommended would be about 15 millilitres of coconut oil, and then 3 drops of the grapefruit, and added into that, I would suggest again 3 drops of juniper berry, and then when you've put that blend together, massage it over the area that has cellulite really quite vigorously, and massage that in so that you've got the whole area covered. And as mentioned, you can also use grapefruit as a room fragrance. It's very uplifting and light, makes the room smell light. The next top note I want to talk to you about is lemon. So the lemon essential oil has a really strong but sweet lemony aroma. It's said to have the ability to lift the spirits and is recommended for things like stress-related fatigue. It's also good for oily skin, and it is also used in a lymphatic drainage massage when fighting infection. It's a great oil to include in things like DIY body care products and homemade toiletries. It's expressed from the peel of the lemon, and it does just smell like when you're grating lemon, you get that after lemony smell. This smells very much like that. So one of the things that you can use it for, which is quite good, if we take our sweet almond oil and we pop that into literally a teaspoon, put slightly more in, maybe 2 teaspoons of that, depending on how you feel. Probably 3 drops, I think, of the lemon would be enough there. And I'd also add in tea tree. Probably wondering what I'm doing here, but bear with me. Yeah, that does smell nice. And what you can do is get a bowl of warm water, add that mixture in, and then pop your feet into that, and it will make a wonderful foot bath. So I'm going to put this to one side, I don't want to waste it. Or you could use that very similar blend in a bath as well, and use that. Very good for in a warm bath. Okay, the next one I want to talk to you about is lemongrass. So, following along that lemon theme, and slightly different aroma, much more lemony. Although the previous one was lemon, you would think that would actually smell very lemony, but this lemongrass smells much stronger on the lemon aroma. It's great at making you feel refreshed. I think it's got that added lemon zestiness almost. And it makes, again, it's another one for a homemade fragrance. The oil is actually distilled from the leaves of the lemongrass plant. This one is sourced from India. It's naturally antibacterial and good for actually natural homemade cleaning products even. This is a good one to add to that. Great for making hair and skincare products and indeed home fragrances as well. You can also use this as an insect repellent. I would probably add it with cedarwood. Yeah, and mix those two together. Just a couple of drops of each into an oil burner. Definitely keep the bugs at bay. Right, the last top note that I want to talk to you about today is called Neroli. This is one of my favourite essential oils. It's got a really sort of subtle, sweet aroma, and it's great for yourself or your clients that need a sense of balance and calmness. It's commonly used to calm people in times of stress and anxiety. It's also popular in skincare products due to its nourishing and rejuvenating properties. It's steam distilled from the flowers of the orange blossom, and you can smell that undertone of orange in there. It is often diluted, as this one is, and this is nearly 5% in light coconut oil. This one is sourced from Tunisia and it has quite an exotic floral aroma. It has to be very carefully distilled by skilled and experienced distillers soon after the flowers have been picked. And that is so that this beautiful natural fragrance which comes through is harnessed rapidly. The non-distilled version is significantly more expensive to reflect the work that goes into the whole process. Now, this is one of those oils that you, because it's diluted, you can use straight on to a pulse point. So that you can then use it as a beautiful natural fragrance. Please ensure if you do that that you are using the diluted version. The undiluted version would be too strong. So that brings me to the end of today's session, but I do just want to reiterate what I've said previously, in that please do your research, particularly if you are suffering from any chronic conditions or you're pregnant or breastfeeding, then please do make sure that you do your research. Many of the manufacturers that produce these oils often put leaflets in with their oils to inform you, or go to their website, which is often full of useful information. If you can't do that, then my advice would be to get hold of some textbooks which give you that added ability to give you further information. This is a very ancient one that I have, which is The Art of Aromatherapy. I've also got the A to Z of Aromatherapy and the Encyclopedia of Essential Oils, and I do use these. Some of them are years old, but I still do refer to them. And likewise, at the touch of a button, you can get information that hopefully will be helpful to you. And I would really hope that these sessions that I'm doing will really encourage you to use essential oils and benefit fully from some of the suggestions that I've made, and that they do enhance your overall well-being by their use. Thank you very much for listening.